Hey everybody, thank you for joining me at Friendship Shaving. I hope you're well. You know, at the end of last week's video I was talking about lime scale and the effects it might have on a razor. Now, straight away Manny from the YouTube channel SoCal Shaves got in touch and informed me that there are products available that you can soak your razor in and they just take away the effects of the hard water. So the two products he mentioned from the States are CLR and Lime Away. Of course, there are products worldwide. As I said last week, I live in a soft water area and I've never had to deal with those problems. So Manny, thank you very much for pointing that out to me, and I've passed that information on. Now I've come before you tonight not needing much of a shave. I'm afraid I messed up my video last night. So that's the reason I'm here again this evening with only a bare minimum of stubble. But the other reason is because I've been using a fantastic razor. And I've got it up here. It is the Mühle R106. And I have been just having a fantastic shave with this razor. So I'll be using this one tonight, and I'm going to be using my rubber set 203, which I'll put in some water. Now the razor was kindly loaned to me by Johnny Law over in Ireland, in Ballymena. And not only was Johnny kind enough to send me his razor to use, but he's also sent me some of his products, and they are all executive shaving products. And I've never used any of them in the den before. So the first product I'm going to pick up is the Executive Shaving Preshave Oil. It is a lime and patchouli scent, and it is water soluble, and it says on there no mess or oily residue. Now I've used this a couple of times and I love it. So just going to damp my face again. One pump of that. You can't really see, it's almost clear, but I really like this. It feels really, really nice. The scent is beautiful. And it definitely, I'll wash my hands in a moment, but it will leave quite a fair bit of slickness on my skin. The best thing about it, well, one of the good things about it is it just feels so nice to put it on. It's a really good product. I really like it. I forgot to mention I'll be using a Persona Platinum blade tonight. I've rediscovered my Persona Platinums recently. I think they really are a very nice blade. They seem to suit me anyway. Now I've also got from Executive Shaving up in Scotland their natural shaving cream. Let me hold that up so you can see the ingredients. It is bergamot, eucalyptus, pine needle and juniper, and there is a little bit of menthol in there. Now, as it is Johnny's shaving cream, I'm not going to dunk my brush in, but I'm going to use my clean spatula and I'm just going to take some of that out and pop it in the bottom of my bowl just to load my brush. This really is very, very similar to Barrister and Mann's First Snow. You really get a really good hit of pine and eucalyptus. I really quite like this. Now, I've not had much luck with creams in the past. There we are, I've loaded my brush. I've perhaps got a little bit too much in my bowl, but my brush is loaded. I seem to be a bit unlucky with creams. There is usually a product or two within the cream that I'm allergic to in one way or another, but this is a nice cream. I've had no problem with this at all. This would really wake you up on a hot day. It's a really refreshing soap. Now I would say that I don't think the scent of the Preshave particularly goes with the scent of the shaving soap, but Executive Shaving do a shaving cream and a moisturising balm in Citrus Kiss it's called, and it is lime, lemon, orange and bergamot, and they would go superbly, I feel, with the lime patchouli pre-shave. They also do a bay rum shaving cream and moisturising balm, so you've got plenty of choice there. I must admit I'm a little unsure when it comes to creams. Because I don't use them very much, I'm unsure how much to put on my brush, but I guess anybody is the same and practice makes perfect after all. I think this is quite thirsty. It feels very different applying a cream rather than a soap. Just going to add a drop more. And there we go, I think that will do very nicely. I can feel my face is pine and menthol, and there's lots of good stuff going on here. We just put the lid on that so there are no accidents. Now clean my lips and my ears. I always manage to get quite a clump of soap behind my ears. Now here we go, this is the Mühle R106. It has got the acrylic handle, and you would think that would be slippy, especially as I've got some of the Preshave on my fingers, and my fingers are definitely a little bit slippy, but actually it's really not at all. I've got quite a good grip on this. I believe it is exactly the same head. Excuse the shine on that on the head there. I believe it is exactly the same head as the R89 from Mühle. But for some reason, we do my sideburns, I am getting a better shave from this razor than I get from my R89. I don't know why that is, but this is just proving to be fantastic for me. Now the reason that Johnny sent me his razor is that he's been having a few problems with it. Johnny said that when he uses the razor, it catches on his hairs until he puts a pressure on the razor, but then he gets soreness. Now I haven't found that at all, but Johnny mentioned last night that it was his collar area, and suddenly the penny dropped for me. I'm getting a fantastic shave with this razor, but I do remember when I started shaving with a DE razor, it was a long time before I could go against the grain on my neck. I've never been able to go across the grain. But when I first started out, I had exactly the same symptoms that Johnny mentioned. I found that going against the grain, particularly in these areas here, I won't do it now, I'll come back to it as part of my shave, but I did find that the razor blade did seem to catch my hair, as if my hair was made of steel or something, and it would just catch my hair and feel like it. I could feel it pulling on the skin. So of course what I did was applied extra pressure and really ploughed through that hair, and of course that gave me irritation, and it was really quite bad sometimes. So what I had to do, and I went through quite a long time of just shaving with the grain on my neck. And it was almost as if I did that for a long time, and it was like my neck toughened up. And then one day, just out of the blue, I just tried it against the grain, and it was fine. So it could just be a question of sensitivity and your neck not being used to the razor blade. But you know what, this razor, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving this. I think it's right up there. It's one of the best shaves I've ever had. It's really, really good. I can't work out why it's better than my DE89. Sorry, my R89. Getting very mixed up there between the Mühle razor and the Edwin Jagger razor. Now my flannel is cold, and as I'm wiping it over my face is coming alive with that pine, juniper, eucalyptus. I've got the numbness going on. It's quite nice, I quite like it. I've got to say, this is a good product. Really nice product. going to just add a drop of water to that. You know, I can feel how close a shave I'm getting with that razor. It's tremendous. Let me just put that up there. So yeah, it seems a good time to ask if any of you gentlemen out there have also suffered similar issues with your skin around your neck area, where you found that the razor blade catches your hair or gives you soreness. Now, I still get soreness on my neck. I always get a little bit of a rash here. It only lasts for a very, very short time. It's not painful or irritating, but it's just something that I notice. And here, either side of my Adam's apple, that was my real problem area. And I know some guys cannot shave against the grain at all. Chris Madden from the YouTube channel, Another Cut Above, I believe, is one of those gentlemen. Never shaves against the grain because his skin is just too sensitive. So if you're finding that you have a problem, I would really suggest just taking the razor off and going with the grain for 3 passes. I think this is, well, I know this is because I did it the other day. I had a 2-pass shave the other day with the grain, and it was perfectly acceptable. It's a really, really good razor. I think one of the things that we try and strive for in the wet shaving world is to get our skin as smooth as a baby's bottom, and as I've said before, maybe that's just causing some of us to have a little soreness. Now, these bits that I'm doing, my neck and at the side here, I'm sure you've noticed before, they're the only bits that I really go against the grain. And I have finally settled into the 2-pass shave that you're seeing me use now. So perhaps it's just one of those things that that we have to manage. So yeah, beloved, I'd love to know what your experience of it is. Do you know what, this really is a phenomenal razor. And I just do against the grain. On that bit there, and that is my shave. And have I got that, I can't see myself with my glasses on, you can maybe see I've got a little red part there, and I always get it, and there's obviously a little bit of irritation there, but as I said, it's not sore, it doesn't bother me, and it very quickly goes away, so no worries. I love this razor. It comes in a faux tortoiseshell handle as well, and that is the Mühle R108 rather than the 106. They used to do a white handle, and that was the R107, but I noticed on their website that they don't have that anymore, so perhaps you'll only see that online. I have noticed with the Mühle razors how popular they are. They don't show up used for sale on auction sites very often, so I guess, you know, people use them and keep them. And I've got to say, I think I prefer that to my beloved R41. That's knocking the ball right out of the park for me. Now, I wanted to ask you all, what do you use as your sort of shave towel? I've been using a, what do you call it, a tea towel we call it, you know, something you would use to wipe up and dry your dishes. This is my favourite because it's got a Welsh dragon and Cymru written on it for Wales, which I consider to be my home. But this is small. It's a lot thinner than a towel, so it dries quite well. It's just a really good size for me. So, you know, I just wondered what you all use and whether there was anything you might recommend, because this one's on its last legs really, and I could do with getting a couple of different ones. I know a lot of you subscribers are in America, so maybe I'll get a Stars and Stripes, who knows. Now I'm going to be using the Executive Shaving Intensive Moisturising Balm. Now this is a really nice scent. It is a little thick for me as an aftershave balm, but it says use twice daily to moisturise your skin. Also suitable for use after shaving, a rich, easily absorbed moisturising balm. Now I'm just going to use one squirt of that, so you really do not need much at all. Now you can see that it doesn't absorb immediately, but it very quickly gets rubbed into your face. It is. Oh, it's a lovely. I can't work out what it smells of, but it's a beautiful scent. And I'm going to put some on my forehead because I've had a really dry forehead lately. I think as a balm, as a moisturising cream or a moisturising balm, it is very nice indeed. It does work as an aftershave balm. I can feel that there's good stuff going on now. Got a little bit of stinging on my face. And yeah, post-shave, when it settles down, it's really quite a nice feel. It's not my favourite thing, but it is a very good product nevertheless. So that is my shave, all done and dusted. And I'd really like to say thank you once again to Johnny for sending me not only the razor, as I said, but the products he bought to use with the razor. So I've really enjoyed using those products. I'm definitely going to buy the Preshave oil. I think that's a wonderful thing. And I think rather than this cream, I'm going to try the Citrus Kiss. So you'll be able to watch out for that. So thank you very much, Johnny. I hope some of the things I said have some resonance with you, and perhaps some of you guys might be able to chip in the comments section and let me know how you find going around your collar area. That seems to be the area, isn't it, that we all have a little bit of difficulty with from time to time. Just there, my hair goes all over there. So these are the sorts of areas for me particularly. But hopefully between us we'll be able to help Johnny out a little bit. Now, I've got another Scottish product next week, so keep your eyes open for that. I hope that you have a good week. Please subscribe if you haven't already, that would be wonderful. And you look after yourselves, and I will be back sometime soon. All the very best to you. Good night.